Yeah, I explain. I explain. I'm going to just draw a straight line across, so I'll use that as a guide. And I'm drawing a loon. So I'm going to go like this. Oh, not long enough. Okay, just here. This. And that's the loon, but sometimes I don't get it right on, so I have to just come back and do it over right there, like that. And I'll put the piece inside because there's going to be color inside. And eye right here. So that's the loon. Now I can start painting it.
Turtles representing health, our connection to the earth. And the way I usually start is I draw. So in this case, the turtle will come from one end to the other. So move this way. And go. And I usually start with the shell of the turtle, just to get the placement exactly how I want it. Then I just follow that to create the turtle. Once the turtles, I like to draw those edge of the turtle's shell, just to give that representation that it's actually a turtle. From that, I then position the head exactly how I want it. For the painting.
Okay, I've been using these covers to mix my paint for the last 30 years because it eliminates the cost of buying them every time I need one. So and you'll notice I use a lot of margarine covers, lids. And when the paint dries, I just get a little open there and it comes right off and I can reuse them. I've been using some of this stuff, like maybe these black ones I've been using for a long time. But now I'm going to mix some paint, and I'm going to paint the loon. The loon is going to be painted first. Then I'll add the color on here afterwards. And inside the loon and ear and the eye, and well, you'll see as we move along. It takes a little while to mix this paint. Put them in. I have to add water to the acrylic because it makes it a lot easier when I'm saying doing a long line. It's a lot smoother than if you don't water it down, then you get all the half-dried paint, and it doesn't look so good. Found it out over the years when I was experimenting with all easiest way to get it done. Looking for a brush just to drop some. I still have to do sometimes 2 coats, because if I water it down too much, then I still do it anyway because, you know, you keep moving around, dust gets in it, and then just touch up at the end, so. All right. There's one side. When I paint something in front of people, they tell me, you make it look so easy. But it is easy after you're doing that for 30 years, you know. Kind of very simple afterwards. Okay, I'm gonna turn the painting a little bit. I think I'll change brush for it to get the. Hi.
All right.
All right, here we go again. You're gonna pick up that rain.
Yeah, it's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah. One thing about acrylic, I like working with acrylic because it dries so quick. That way you can put in the color faster. Oh, here's my phone now. I might have to go over it just wherever there's some transparency, or like.
Yep.
But I'll let it dry first, and then it doesn't take long to go over it anyway. These little black spots there, I don't usually try to take them off, and the color's going to go in there anyway. So that's it for that, the black for now. So we're just going to do the circles here. They're going to be yellow inside and probably a red circle around the yellow. And that, because when we wake up in the morning, we're pretty well balanced. And as the day progresses, we sort of lose that balance, and we have to stop and relax a bit so we can continue our day. In my ways, sometimes in the afternoon I get really tired and I take a little nap, maybe not a nap, but just resting up for 15, 20 minutes, and then I can continue the day and doing my artwork. So it's going to take about another 5, 10 minutes before we can put in the color. But meanwhile, I'm going to use the circles, do the circles. I usually, right there. And for the other side, I'll do the same thing, but first I'll close this cover. Forgot to close it a while ago. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger, just a little bit. Right there. And that's it for now for the circles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint just a black round in there inside in the circles. And I'm going to let it dry. It's going to probably dry almost the same time as the loon. And then once I get that, I'm going to put all the color in here. As far as I'm going to do a straight line, it's going to be like probably maybe a blue, light blue here. And then up here, light blue for water and a little bit darker blue for the sky. So I'll just keep on using the same paint. I'm gonna have to get a I used to take a long time to make these circles, but after 30 years, it became very, very easy for me. And some people say, "How can you make this so even?" Well, I said, "That's practice. That's all it is." And in the past 30 years, I painted more than over 4,500 images, all different. I used to work for some lawyers in Toronto. They used to buy 400 pieces at one time, but they used to give it to schools, businesses, so to get a tax write-off. I know a lot of artists, young artists, find it very difficult when they don't have a vehicle to go to Toronto or Montreal or anywhere in Ontario or Quebec to sell their artwork, and it creates frustration. And then a lot of times they just put down the brush and not do it anymore because they're frustrated, and then it turned in a different direction where alcohol gets involved in their life, and then a good artist is gone, wasted. But that's why I built this place, to try to use the paint to keep people from getting sick, or if they're sick, maybe they can get well, in terms of addiction. Because I'm a recovering addict, and I've been doing this for a long time now, and it helped me to know who I am, and it helped me to maintain my sobriety through the years. Although I have to admit there have been times along my journey that I slipped and had a relapse. But I look at it this way: relapse is also part of recovery, because I still get those, you call it in the program, stinking thinking, where you think you're okay now, you feel like using again, but that's all, it's not true. It's your addiction telling you, come on, one more time. But, that's the way it is, and I talk to the elders too. I talk to my son, because he's in recovery as well, and he came here a couple of months ago, and he asked if he could live with me, and said, yeah, sure. And it's been good, because it gives us the opportunity to reconnect with each other, because we had our differences when we were intoxicated, it wasn't a nice scene, but that's what addiction does. But all that disappears when I use my artwork to maintain my sobriety. Let's see. Is this. Over 50 years ago, Norval Morrisseau began painting the woodland art style. Unfortunately, Mr. Morrisseau suffered from addiction as well. And at the end of his career, well, almost at the end, he was living in BC, and he started selling his painting on the street, and for practically nothing. Well, for alcohol, a bottle of wine, selling paintings that worth $500. I got to get rid of the spot here, because if I don't get it, if I take it way too long to take it out, I'll have to go a coat maybe 2-3 times. This is not too bad here. It's dry and I just want to come off. 2 circles represent, for me, it's like in life, either it's in the animal world or in the human world, we have to have balance every day. That's why we sleep, to get up in the morning, and we can face the day and with a fresh start.
During these steps, that's what I usually do. Like I was mentioning earlier, I try to design. When I design, I do all the black. I lay down all the black. Wherever I need to put black, and in this case, you'll see once I'm done, I'm going to put all the black. And then once we're done the black, then we'll be able to move on and start adding the color. And when you lay down the black like this, you don't need to really get it perfect the first time, because after you add all the colors, then you will be able to come back a second time See, when I'm drawing the shell, I do all the black outline in the inside first. I try to do the inside first, so when I'm painting after, that's drying, so I won't have to run my hand over it. So I try to do the things inward first before I go to the outside, work my way out.
This is more the Bob Ross angle now.
Yeah. Because even when I'm painting myself, when I design, sometimes I may draw the lines with a pencil, but as I'm going along after, I could add on with my paintbrush, certain things, or go outside the lines, so it changes as I go along, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, Because my image changes and I even mind. My final design at the end changes. I try to go over the edges just to make the whole image connect everything, especially with deep profile canvases. So that way when you're hanging off the wall, when you look at it from the angle when it's hanging on the wall, you'll be able to see the image as a whole, So I'm already, matching colors in my head to put down in the image when I get there. Are the front legs of the turtle, right? So I'm going to try to put these a little bit, lighter than the actual. So the shell is green, so I'm going to put maybe a darker green in here, and I'll go a lighter color here, a lighter green outside after for the feet.
I'm going to put blue in right inside the loon there, and the different colors up here, and I'll put in the eye, yellow. And this is a cobalt blue, Amsterdam acrylic. It's one of the best paints I found over the years that works the best. Okay, here we go again. little more water. Too thick. Well, that's it for the blue for now. Bought these new paints Saturday in North Bay. They're not Amsterdam, they're Liquitex, which is a good paint as well. So this is we're using a light green now. And we have the yellow all done. Oh, the other side. One side, I should say. I'll just touch it up later, so it'll be all right. This one. Okay, all right, I'm ready now. All right, we're gonna put in some blue, and just gonna be like the background's gonna be blue, like the sky, and lighter blue here for the water down at the bottom. So I spoil my granddaughter all the time. She's an artist too, good artist. mistake there. You do artwork?
Yes. And the guy who helped him too in that shoot, he's out. He's just getting out of the system. Yeah. And
You're not taking the. We don't have to finish these today, eh?
well, I'm running. The thing is I gotta edit it for Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
What ended up happening though?
And because it's green, it's sort of transparent a little. Don't worry about going over to black because you're like I said, once we lay down the color and get it exactly solid, but maybe the first or maybe the second or third coat, especially with this type of transparent paint, yeah, sometimes you have to go over maybe what 2 times, 3 times, just to get it that solid green, you know. Paintbrushes are so old, it's falling apart. But they're my favorite ones, so I keep them. Come to think about it, I think I had this since 2008, this paintbrush. I was attending Lakehead University at the time and bought a whole bunch of paintbrushes, and this was one of them. Usually with woodland art, you always get the solid, like the solid colors down first. As I find with woodland art, the main colors are the base of the painting. Once you get down the base of the program with the color, then you can start adding all the little details with one layer up, meaning because we're working with a phthalo green, which is a dark green, we're going to add maybe a little bit of white after later on to the green to take it one step lighter so we can add the details, you know. You're going to see what I mean in a bit. Especially with woodland art. You work with the same colors from the base of the painting. Cool. So we got the shell color while that's drying, which is the feet of the turtle. The feet of the turtle, we can try a lighter green. We'll go with this green. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, you see these places where I'm leaving white there? I'm not too worried about that. It doesn't have to be filled in like this, you know. You can if you want to. I mean, it's your choice. The only reason why I do it is because I'm going to be coming back over there anyway. Like the width of the paintbrush, you know. So I don't really need to go right to the edge, you know what I mean? There's always that a lighter solid line that follows the base color, you know. So sort of like a contour line that follows the design.
And it's going to go down like this. It's going to connect right down almost to the water. It's going to connect to the loon. And the same thing over here. I'll do it afterwards right here, I guess. Let's see. Right here. And I'm going to go down like this. I'm going to come like this and stop right here. Because afterwards I'm going to put some trees behind. Just a few. Okay, here we go. These lines were used by Norval Morris too, but like I said in the video I made one time that I borrowed these the line, but they weren't. They're a little bit different. I didn't want to do the same thing as them, but they made the same thing that we're connected to nature and we're connected to the people and to the animals. So here we go. A little wider. other side, do the same thing, but spruce. And one small one right here. Same on this side. So now I'm finished the lines. I'm going to put in the water. It's called aqua green, so it resembles on a nice calm day when the loons are out. Then after I get all this blue in here, I'm going to put 4 circles. 1, 4, and I'm going to put inside. I'm going to put a different color, but no, I'm going to change it to like say for example, put a circle here. Then say it'll be blue, light blue, getting lighter, just like similar to one of those. Anyway, you'll see it after I'm done. So yeah, I'm going to put in the one right now. I got my radiator going to water it down a bit because it was what 10 minutes. 10 minutes waiting for you. I'm just kidding. I water it down because it goes on nicer. After it's dry, then I can use the same color on it and a little bit thinner. And 2 coats would be good because I found out this paint is really nice to work with compared to Amsterdam. I got these at Michael's in Michael's art store. So now here's the bigger. I love doing that because it looks like water splashing against the shoreline.
Yeah. Guy.
It's going to really stand out more now. See this Folger container, I had this for over 10 years now. Turn it over just a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so just to explain a little bit what I did with the coloring. So as I was mentioning earlier, the base is always the foundation of the overall painting, especially on the background, the solid colors. So I took the orange and I added it around here around the sun, representing the sun. And then it's just a solid orange right around this area here. And then I took a white and I made the white in here, and then from the white to the orange here after, I dried my paintbrush and rinsed it, make sure it's clean. And then I blended the white and the orange together to give that transition from white to orange, to give it that smoky effect. To blend the colors together to give that nice circle. And then for the outer circle around here, I basically took the same orange, which is there, and what I usually do is I get a clean cup again and I add white, and then I had little dips of orange. I dipped the orange in a paintbrush and I mix the white with the orange. So I keep on adding as much as I need to the white with the same color, just to get a lighter color from the regular orange that I was just using. And I just use that same solid color here after, right around in this area. So you'll be able to do that on your painting too, if that's what you chose to do when the time comes. So that's the first coat I did for the sun. Once again, representing the sun, but also representing, the spirits that we're connected to. And that's why I draw these lines here. Woodland is always, we always use that solid black outline. And then from that point, I then did the same thing. I took a darker blue, that's a phthalo blue, and then I did the same thing. I started with the white, dipped the white inside my little cup here, and then I grabbed some blue, and I continued to add blue until I got a lighter, sort of pale blue, almost like a baby blue. That's the baby blue I added inside here, you see, in there. So now that's dry, this area is dry. So from that point, now we're gonna add the red, all in this area here. All in these areas here. And then I'll show you once I'm done adding the red. And this is just the first coat of the red. Especially when it comes to the background, which has nothing to do with the design, except the background itself. I always try to choose colors that'll bring out the painting, Usually it's a color that's either matted or a bright color like this to help really make the painting pop. And for the background like this here, you have to do a couple of coats. Oh yes, I think we chose wisely with that color. And don't worry if sometimes you don't get your background right away. Sometimes some paintings I've done I did like a background and I was like, that's not really the color I wanted, but it still works, but sometimes it doesn't work, and it's okay. If it does happen, you can always just, especially with the background, you can redo it, which means you'll have to do white again, just the background. You paint that all white there, and then you try another color, the color. I had to do it, I think so, like 3 or 4 times when I was starting to paint. we're done that part.
I'm just measuring that I want to put like half a circle here and half circle here. And it's gonna be like just like rocks.
Yeah.
Along, and I'm gonna put a little something in there afterwards. I don't know what, but I'll think about something.
Not sure yet, but it's coming.
We're working under pressure. Just kidding. There's no pressure when you do artwork. There's no mistakes. I should have a larger brush with this. Not really. You know where this brush comes from?
No.
Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. They don't make any more like this. I can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
So we went to for vacation in my Hexter,
Yeah.
and then hey, there's some brushes. I said, okay, you had 8 left. I'll buy them all. So I bought them all.
You'd be surprised what you could find in those countries, though, that like you can't.
Yeah, you can't find any in Canada. So. Okay, right here. It doesn't have to be cute, but I want to try to get as close as possible when I can. There's somebody up there, Sky. There's someone up there.
Yeah, there are 2 guys goofing around.
That's it.
That's it.
For the loom. Now all I gotta do is put in this after it's dried on the edges and I'm done.
Sure.
I just put the, for texture, I used the titanium white. And it's the first time I used white on this one, but usually I use museum white paint. Very good paint as well, but I thought I'd try this one from Michael's in North Bay. And this one's come from a guy I've been dealing with for the last 20 years, Jordan Rosas, carried my work. I like the museum one and I also like Amsterdam, and to get texture there, you have to use, you kind of water it down, it has to be thick, and so that's it.
The mic.
Yeah.
And you want to see me sign, you want to shoot?
Yeah, sure, I'll shoot you a sign.
Okay?
Yep.